Hello community, welcome back to the channel. Today I got your stimulus check update as of Tuesday, May 12th. I was reading an article yesterday, actually it was a Forbes article, and the headline was $5,000 stimulus check loan proposal. And as I read through the article, it was actually based on a Washington Post article which was exploring a polarizing proposal by conservative scholars at the right-leaning American Enterprise Institute and Hoover Institution. The Hill outlining their plan, which would provide cash to households, but not in the form of a direct stimulus payment. Instead, it would be a voluntary loan check for up to $5,000. Now, the actual amount is still up in debate, but in essence, you would get this loan of $5,000, and then from your Social Security benefits at retirement, you would pay this money back. And in essence, they would take your first 2 to 3 Social Security benefit checks in order to pay back this $5,000 loan. Now, for me, I don't think that's such a good idea. I think we already have some problems with our Social Security trust being already underfunded. And I can see now all these people getting this $5,000 up front. They get to retirement, they're worse off than today. So I think, people I think we should look for, our politicians should look for other avenues to take care of the American people today in the form of direct stimulus checks. We've done that in the first wave of stimulus checks for the $1,200, and I think we should continue doing that. So I think that $5,000 stimulus check loan proposal, in my opinion, guys, is a bad idea. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think. Also, in that same article, it talks about Democrats and Republicans debate new stimulus checks. And I reported yesterday in a video that, Bernie Sanders, who's an independent, he's a senator, but he's an independent. Kamala Harris, who is a Democratic senator from California, and Ed Markey, who is a Democratic senator from Massachusetts, they have put forth a proposal called the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. Now, that particular proposal would provide $2,000 check to those struggling to make ends meet during the pandemic. And this is what they're basing their proposal on, that a single check is not sufficient for households that are struggling during this health and economic crises, says Senator Markey. Americans need more than just one payment. And whether you lean right, lean left, in the middle, I think, we do need more stimulus checks for the American people. And I base that on, the unemployment numbers that came out last Friday, May 8th. 30 million people unemployed, 15% unemployment rate, which is probably, if you include, end of April through the first 10 days of May, it's probably even higher than that. And the sad news about the 30 million people being unemployed in this country is that a lot of those jobs are not coming back. Obviously, down the road, new companies will form and hopefully we get that unemployment rate back down again. But for now, in the short term, I don't think it's going to be coming down anytime soon. So what that means is I think we do need more stimulus checks. And you guys know how I feel about that if you follow the channel. I believe in more stimulus checks. We do what we need to do until we can get this pandemic behind us and we can get our financial situation, our economy in a healthy place. And then I would say at that point, we cut off stimulus checks. But for now, we need them. Now, it also goes on to say in this Forbes article that Republicans, on the other hand, have become more weary of second round of stimulus checks. They claim to be increasingly worried about the rising level of federal spending and are looking for ways to limit the impact additional stimulus incentives have on the national debt. The Forbes article, and I just wanted to touch on a couple of things in there and give you guys a quick update on kind of what is going on out here. I think what you got is you got the Republicans, you got the Democrats. They're both behind closed doors. They're talking and they're trying to hammer out the next stimulus, the next big stimulus package. But both sides want something in return. And that's what's happening right now. But I think hopefully by the end of this week, both sides will come together. You know, Democrats will get what they want, Republicans will get what they want, and hopefully they will come forth with a new stimulus package that does include direct stimulus checks to the American people. That would be fantastic. Another question that I've been getting is about 401k. Under the CARES Act, individuals impacted by the pandemic can access up to $100,000 from their 401ks and IRAs. But I want to give you guys sort of what the particulars are. And now I get this information from a NerdWallet article that was done on May 6th. So I'll link that article down in the description box of the video so you guys can go back and look at it. But I thought it was good to point out some of this information because I have been getting some questions. So let me read just a little bit of it. So typically the penalty for withdrawing from a 401k before the age of 59 and a half is about 10% of the distribution amount plus an automatic withholding of at least 20% for taxes. But with the passage of the CARES Act, that all changes in 2020. So let me walk you through some of the changes. Individuals affected by the pandemic can withdraw up to $100,000 from employee-sponsored retirement accounts like 401ks and 403bs, as well as personal retirement accounts such as traditional individual retirement accounts or a combination of these. The 10% penalty will be waived for distributions for 2020. There is no mandatory withholding requirement. So when you go to withdraw this money, there won't be a 20% withholding either. The distribution can be taxed as income spread evenly over tax years 2020, 2021, and 2022. However, if you can pay back the amount you took out within 3 years, you can claim a refund on those taxes. So say you take out 50, but you can pay that 50 back within the next 3 years, you can claim a refund on your taxes. So, and it says 401k participants can now take 100% of their vested balance. Previous rules limited borrowers to 50 as a loan up to 100, and payments on those loans can be delayed for up to 1 year. So the CARES Act is basically trying to provide folks who may be in a financial situation where they need the money, but they do have money in retirement accounts. They're providing you a way to be able to access those monies and not be heavily penalized to do it. So I think that's a good thing. That's a good provision in the CARES Act. I think for those who are thinking about it, read this NerdWallet article because there are some pros and cons to it as well. But I think read the article and then speak with someone like a CPA that can help you with some of the ramifications of doing this. But at the end of the day, it's an option for you. If you're backed into a financial corner and you got no other option, I think this is an option if it's right for you. Guys, thank you again for stopping by the channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, and smash that like button. It helps the channel and it helps me too. Guys, we are in some troubled times, but I'm gonna ask you just to continue staying safe, loving one another, and we'll get through this. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.